Welcome to Max Herb Talk. We're here in Anaheim, California at the Natural Products West Convention. Sitting here next to me is Michael with Sweetleaf. How you doing today, Michael?
Doing great, thank you.
Wow. Why don't you give our listeners and our viewers a little bit about yourself and how you came to know Sweetleaf?
Sure, well, my father started the company in 1982.
All right.
James May, he's often referred to as the father of Stevia, being the first to introduce Stevia to the United States at that time. I grew up with the company, obviously. I helped load product into his van when he went and sold to independent health stores throughout the area. And recently have been back for the last 3 years. And my father's vision from the very beginning was to improve quality of life by bringing everyone in the world the most natural, highest quality Stevia products you'll find anywhere.
Great, great. All right. Also sitting here to my left is Cy. Cy, why don't you tell us what your position is here at Sweetleaf and give us a little background on yourself.
Hi Mike, this is Sai. I'm the Chief Scientific Officer for Wisdom Natural Brands. I joined this company in 2014, a couple of years back. So I was very much attracted by the vision and goals of James May, father of Michael May. So earlier I was working at Coca-Cola company. So when I was working at Coca-Cola company, I was following companies who have been following a lot of stevia, glycosides and their technologies and everything. I was very much fascinated by James May's work on stevia glycosides. The reason why I was attracted by James May's work was that he's mainly concentrating on the extraction of stevia glycosides using water-based extraction, whereas many other companies, they are working on multiple technologies, but I was very much fascinated by this company because of their technology.
All right, so that's why you're here with Sweetleaf today.
Yes.
Great, great. Well, let's get right into sugar, folks. We're going to talk about sugar. All my listeners and viewers know I like to talk about sugar. And we're going to see first, what are some of the different products that Sweetleaf has available, Michael?
So we have several different products. We have our signature liquid stevia sweeteners. We have 21 different flavors of liquid stevia sweeteners. We have them in a plastic 50 serving bottle and a glass bottle with 288 servings, kind of a value pack. We have, mostly around the world, we are known for our packets. People recognize our green Sweetleaf packets just about anywhere, and that is a water-based stevia extract, exactly as Sai mentioned, natural. We also have the organic. Both products are made with organic stevia extract.
Great.
And so you will find our products at health food stores and supermarkets, and we're very proud of being able to bring everyone this natural and organic stevia to the world.
All right, great, great. Well, let's talk a little bit more about sugar. Not that sugar is the most nutrient-dense food out there, but we all, especially us Americans, like to sweeten our food a little bit. And like Michael said, they have the sweet drops, and I know sometimes I just like to put maybe some kind of sweetener, especially if it's all natural, in my water. And I can tell you, I've tasted the Sweetleaf sweet drops. They are fantastic. Now, on sugar, we know that sugar has a compound of C12H22O11. Now, maybe Sai can talk a little bit more about that. When we talk about sugar, a lot of times in America here, they have refined sugar in different products. Now, there's a lot of alternatives, and stevia, which Sweetleaf uses, is one of those alternatives. Stevia is a plant, and all you all know, I believe in the plant is the most perfect source of food for the body. That's not just scientific, that's biblical. Now, we're going to get a little scientific here, since we have Sai, the Chief Science Officer. We're going to talk a little bit about stevia, which is a plant, and one that I've been talking a lot about, Xylitol. Now, Sai, correct me if I'm wrong. Xylitol is a sweetener, and a lot of people are saying it's a natural sweetener. And one of the hypes about xylitol, they say, it has a 5 carbon sugar. It's a 5 carbon sugar. Okay, a 5 carbon sugar, they say, cannot attract bacteria. There's a lot of illness and disease out there behind sugar. I have a list that I call my 100 things or 100 ways sugar can ruin your health, like arthritis, heart disease, obesity. We can go on and on. But the thing about xylitol is it doesn't attract bacteria. Candida is maybe one of those illnesses if someone was over consuming in sugar. Now they say if you have xylitol in it, it won't attract that bacteria. Now, can you talk to our listeners and viewers, Si, a little bit on the pros and cons, say, about stevia and xylitol?
So before going further, so coming to your first, rather can say mention in this area, sugar. Sugar is a combination of glucose and fructose. So you said that C6, C12H22O11, because the reason it's a combination of glucose and fructose. Okay.
Yes.
Whereas xylitol is a 5 carbon polyalcohol that is known as polyol. Okay.
Okay.
So xylitol is a mono sugar, rather I can say, having just only.
Right.
So stevia importance is that unlike xylitol, xylitol is having, rather I can say, some calories associated to xylitol, like sugar. Sugar, for example, each teaspoon of sugar corresponds to 4 calories, versus xylitol is having about 2.4 calories per teaspoon, whereas for sugar it is 4 calories per teaspoon. Whereas stevia, the glycosides isolated from stevia plant,
Yes.
they are about 300 times sweeter to sucrose and doesn't have any calories at all. So you are comparing not apples to apples, you are comparing apples to oranges. So we can say
Okay.
xylitol is having 2.4 calories per gram, whereas
Okay.
even if you take 1 gram stevia, it doesn't have any calories. But you don't need 1 gram of stevia for 1 gram of xylitol. You just need almost 1/300th time. That means you just need, if you take 300 grams of xylitol, you just need approximately 1 gram of stevia.
Okay, so the advantage here you're saying is stevia doesn't have any calories at all. It's a plant-based product. Is that the same for xylitol? It's a plant-based product?
Xylitol also has been isolated from vegetables and some mushrooms and everything.
Corn? Is that?
Yeah, corn as well as some mushrooms also. But the only problem with xylitol is that xylitol is still having calories and it is having even glycemic response as well. Whereas stevia glycosides isolated from stevia plant doesn't have any calories, doesn't have any glycemic response.
Okay, and all you listeners out there know about when I talk about sugar and get into the glycemic scale, that's kind of sounds like what Sai is talking about. Okay, diabetics want to pay special attention to that glycemic scale because the higher the number, correct me if I'm wrong, Sai, the higher the number on the glycemic scale, then that's the food that you may want to stay away from. The lower the number, it doesn't have that harsh impact on the pancreas as far as diabetics go.
That's exactly
Is that
correct.
right?
That's
Sai?
exactly
And so
correct.
we're talking about a plant source food. The plant is the most perfect source of food for the human body. You listeners and viewers, you got the information right here. Y'all gonna have to make y'all choice. Just hearing that, what Sai said, maybe xylitol might not be the best when it comes to a plant source sweetener. So anything that you all want to add, Michael, before we close out
We're
here?
grateful that we can be here with you. And,
Thank you. Thank
and
you. It's a pleasure to have you all.
you know, we at Sweetleaf want to add quality of life. We want to always have the most natural and organic products that
Okay.
we can bring around the world. And we're with you on substituting sugar, and we think the best thing out there is Sweetleaf Stevia.
All right. Well, you all heard it here. Before we go, Sai, anything you want to add on that?
Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to us to speak about Sweetleaf and Stevia. And I just want to say one more time about the difference between xylitol versus stevia glycoside.
Okay.
Xylitol is a pentose. Pentose means it's a compound having 5 carbon sugar moiety that is known as pentose. Okay. Whereas stevia glycosides, these are diterpene glycosides. These are isolated from the leaves of the plant stevia. Okay. Xylitol is having glycemic response, calories associated with that. Okay, and the sweetness potency of xylitol is almost 2/3 of sugar, whereas stevia glycosides doesn't have any calories, doesn't show spike your glycemic response, and it is about 300 times sweeter to sucrose, or even you can consider more than that to xylitol. So that's the advantage of stevia glycosides. You are not getting any sugars, you are not getting any calories, you are not getting any glycemic response from stevia glycosides. And apart from that, Sweetleaf stevia is made with water-based extraction process, unlike our competitors. That's the advantage of Sweetleaf.
Okay, now you heard it here on Max Herb Talk. All you listeners out there, you got the information straight from the men right here at Sweetleaf on why stevia is the sweetener to go for. Well, that's all we have today, folks. Thanks for listening and watching us here at Max Herb Talk.